Yes, I'm recording now. So this is the incident ray. What will I do? What will I do? Before doing anything. The normal. قبل أي حاجة the normal بالظبط وبعدين نبقى نتفاهم. Okay, normal وبعدين نتفاهم. Okay, so let's put the normal here. تمام? The normal should be يعني characterized by being dashed line like this. Well, okay, and it's given the label N. Don't forget, this is the incident ray. This is the incident ray also. مفيش أي جديد. This is the incident. So, what is the angle of incidence? Is it this? Is it the angle of incidence? No, اوعى ما توديناش في داهية. The angle of incidence is this one. This is the angle of incidence. I. So I أنا عارف إن أنا بكتب الI بشكل غريب والله بس هي كده يعني. Okay. I is the angle of incidence. I is the angle of incidence. It's the angle between the incident ray and the normal. Okay. By the way, you don't have to say normal to the surface. You can say that, but in terminology we use normal to express. And it's a scientific term. Normal. طيب. You know, here, be careful. The ray. But by the way, I don't sketch now the wave front. And this is introduction. أنا دلوقتي برسم الري to understand what will happen in case of the wave front, the question of 4 marks اللي أنا شرحته لكم في الكلاس. اوكي لكن أنا لازم الأول أعمل introduction هنا قبل ما أعمل الكلام ده زي ما عملت لكم في الكلاس عشان الناس اللي ما سمعتش الكلام ده قبل كده. تمام؟ فإحنا دلوقتي بنرسم الريز. This is incident ray, not wave fronts. Okay? طيب we will talk about the difference between rays and wave fronts later, not now. Okay? ممتاز. So here. Be careful. Be careful. Now the wave was moving faster. And now they found themselves are not able to move. So it looks like as if they are tied or attached or something, yani, as if they are attached to the normal, so they will bend towards the normal. Bend towards the normal. You have to memorize this expression. So they will bend toward the normal. By the way, let me remind you, be careful. The diffraction happens in 2 opposite quarters. Penny, the diffraction happens in 2 opposite quarters. يعني the incident ray will be in this quarter. Okay, in this quarter, and the refracted ray it will be in this quarter. يعني like this, in this quarter and in this quarter, not in this quarter and this quarter. Be careful عشان دي بيجي عليها أسئلة والناس كتيرة بتدب فيها. Okay, be careful. طيب, this ray was expected to move forward straight like this, لكن it didn't do. It bends towards what? Towards the normal. Okay, so in this case, to describe this change, we will say this angle, which is R. R is what, Mr.? R is angle over refraction. Angle over refraction. Oh, جميل جدا. The angle of refraction is the angle between what and what? Refraction. العفريت الأزرق. Refraction, between the refracted ray and the normal. تمام؟ ممتاز. So in this case, ممتاز. In this case, we can say that the ray bends towards towards the normal. تمام؟ معناها إن the first angle will be more than or greater than the second angle. طبيعي. حاضر يا زياد، حاضر يا زيد. I'm so sorry. طيب, on the other hand side, the wave was moving in slower medium. Suddenly it finds itself, it found itself in the desert. It's free to move, so it will run what? Away from the normal ولا close to the normal? ممتاز مؤيد. Away from the normal. Away from the normal. Okay, so here the ray will go away from the normal like this. Okay, مرة تانية, how do we know is it away or not? يعني it's supposed to move straight. يعني لو كان if it moves straight it will be in this direction. It goes away from the normal like this. Okay, so in this case, where is the angle of incidence of refraction? This is R, the angle of refraction, and in this case we say it bends away from the normal, and in this case from N, and in this case, excellent, mashallah, we can say that the I is smaller than R. These are the main two ideas of refraction. These are the main two ideas of refraction. Okay, اتفضل زيد علشان هنقل على فكرة ثانية في الريفراكشن دلوقتي. اتفضل.
مستر اسف على الغالب، بس هل في انجل معين للريفراكشن للريفراكتد راي؟ يعني المقصد يعني مثلا لو قلنا اي 36 ديجريز بظبط نحكي بظبط انجل معين للار زي 45.
ممتاز. I got your idea. طبعا في عندنا فورمولا مشهورة جدا وإن كانت مش مطلوبة مننا بالاسم، اسمها سنيلز لو. تمام؟ سنيلز لو هي اللي بتعرفني ازاي knowing the angle of incidence and knowing the two mediums ازاي اعرف exactly what will the angle of refraction be. ان شاء الله. تمام؟ ممتاز. But be careful. There is a very لا سنيلز لو directly مش معانا، بس عندنا derivative من سنيلز لو هنقوله ان شاء الله واللي انا بجهز له دلوقتي. تمام؟ ممتاز. وهنقوله برضه سنيلز لو مش هيخسرنا حاجه، بالعكس ده حاجه ظريفه جدا، انا بحب شخصيا اقوله للولاد واقول لهم في الاخر ده مش معانا مش لازم تحفظوه يعني. لكن be careful. There is a very amazing situation. Look at this. This is the boundary. This is slower or faster. Mister, are you kidding? No. And this is slower or faster. This is the incident ray. What will happen to this incident ray? It will go forward. Oh. طيب ممكن اسالك where is the normal يا مستر؟ انت خالفت هنا الانستراكشنز، انت قلت لنا don't do anything before sketching that normal. خلاص ما تزقش، انا حاسس من النورمال اهو دلوقتي. بالظبط كده. I will sketch the normal. This is the normal يعني، بس عشان هو because the normal will not be clear if we sketch it on the ray itself. I'll make slight shift كده. This is the normal. So let me ask you, what's the angle of incidence here? What's the angle of incidence? It's 0. It's not 90. Mr. But you say the incident ray is perpendicular to the surface. Perpendicular to the surface, but it's parallel to the normal. So the angle of incidence here is 0. And this is the special case and the only case where the angle of incidence equals the angle of refraction. Someone may say, oh, Mr. So there is no refraction here. La, there is refraction. Mr. Are you kidding? No bending, but there is refraction. Why? Because here we will see, inshallah, few minutes later, that there is a change. Observe a change happen in the wavelength between the wave fronts. بس مش دلوقتي، خليها في وقتها، خلينا بس نقول دوت. يبقى this is the only case where I equals R equals 0. So this is special case 1. Special case 1. MashaAllah. انت بتقول special case 1. It means ان في special case 2. ايوه. وفي special case 3. Yes. قول تعال نشوف ايه السبيشال كيس 1 والسبيشال كيس 3. تمام. Mr. Can you tell me what does the symbol I mean? Okay, شوف رفاعي. I stands for the incident ray. Sorry, angle of incidence. I'm so sorry. I stands for angle of incidence. اوكي معلش الواحد هو بيكتب مش بيعمل كنترول بصراحه على البورد. وات ايه؟ خليها بس دلوقتي يا زيد، خليها دلوقتي انا بجهزها بس عشان الجزئيه دي اكتر جزئيه فيها ديتيلز. تمام؟ طبعا هنا الطالب اللي بيفهم يقول ايه؟ مش يقول لك يا عمي ده احنا قعدنا في الريفيجن حللنا سؤالين في الريفيجن من اولها لاخرها، الطالب دوت تبوسه وتحطه على جنب، ده طالب مش بيفهم، ده مش موضوعي. الطالب اللي بيفهم عارف احنا بنعمل ايه دلوقتي. تمام؟ ممتاز. angle of incidence and R angle of refraction. You got it, Rafai? You got it? ممتاز. I was wondering if the Rafai the ray بالظبط كده. بالظبط ما شاء الله ممتاز محمد عثمان. يبقى if the ray falls normal to اكتبوا البوينت دي قدامكم. اكتبوا البوينت دي قدامك. Okay, if the ray falls normal to the boundary between two different mediums, okay, only wavelength changes but not the direction. But not that direction. تمام. ولو تفتكروا يعني الناس اللي عندي في الكلاس لو تفتكروا لما شرحنا الكلام ده في الكلاس قلنا ايه؟ قلنا يعني if this is faster وقلت لكم ان دي tricky situation. If this is faster wave, the wave fronts will be like this. If this and here the wave fronts will be closer. So this is a tricky question when it comes in the exam. You will complete the figure, gives you the fourth one, these four, and asks you to complete the others. Okay. So. بالظبط. The speed and the wavelength. The speed and the wavelength. تمام؟ ممتاز. Let's go to the next special case. الستمنت قلنا اهو. بصوا يا جماعه، if a ray falls normal to الساين دي معناها normal to the boundary أو surface between two different mediums only wave speed and wave length change, but not direction. But not direction معناها ان هو no bending happens. يعني I equals R equals 0. تمام يا هلا؟ طيب خلينا نشوف another special case 2. You're welcome. بالظبط يا حمد. تمام. طيب special case 2. To understand the special case 2, let's imagine the following. Now we have, in case of light, for طبعا light for ourselves يعني، وإلا هي بتحصل في الصوت كمان. For light. Imagine this is denser medium. يعني slower light wave, and this is less dense يعني faster light, like air. يعني هنا like air مثلا، هنا like water or glass. If the source is here, this is the light source. If the ray is falling normal, it will go straight. طبعا we know that it will go straight. That means in this case I equals R equals 0. In this is the first case. طيب. If we increase the angle of incidence, what will happen? طبعا you have to observe that it's from slower to faster, so it will bend to where? It will bend away. تمام. يبقى it will bend away. طيب. So here this is I and this is R. So as I, which is the angle of incidence, increases, what will happen to R? R increases. طيب. Okay. let's make blue أو ماشي blue black line. So this is the incident ray. What will happen to the refracted ray? It will bend away, 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 very away, very away. So what is the normal, Mr.? This is the normal. So this is I, and this is R also. Well, what about, as I increases, R increases, I increases, R increases, and as R increases, the ray goes away from the normal and towards the what? Towards the what collectively? Towards the what? Huh? Away from the normal and towards the what? Towards the surface. So at a unique ray, what will happen? The instant يا سلام يا سلام يا كريم، ما شاء الله لما وبتركز بتبقى حاجه هايله وجميله. تمام، ممتاز كريم، ممتاز عبد الحكيم. ثانك يو ايفري ون. خليني ارسم الري ده شويه، انا عايز اخلي اللاين. The ray will refract parallel to the surface أو tangent to the surface. Tangent يعني touching the surface. This unique angle has, this is the normal, this what is the name, what is the value of R here? R equals 90 degrees. يبقى هنا R equals 90 degrees. That means the angle of incidence here will not be I. لا 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 لا. This is a unique angle. This is different angle, special case angle. So this will be called critical angle. تمام. يبقى I هنا is given the symbol capital C. للأسف الشديد تمام السيلبس بتاعنا خلصت كل السيمبلز اللي في الدنيا والله يا ناس، واستخدم سي للسبيد اوف لايت والكريتيكال انجل اللي بيجوا مع بعض في كونتكست واحد، ودي احد الروائع اللي بيقدمها لنا كامبريدج. تمام، فانا هكتب دايما سي وهكتب جنبها هنا كريتيكال. يبقى I called C critical angle. طيب لحظة بقى listen well be careful. What is critical? Angle. C, capital C, critical. Critical angle. It's لو سمحت من فضلك. It's an incident ray in denser medium. Wallahi, it should be in denser medium. It can never be in the less density medium. In denser medium, whose angle or whose refracted angle refracted ray has parallel to the surface أو touches the surface. تمام؟ ونقدر نقول and angle of refraction equals 90 degrees. حاضر. By the way, this is the maximum angle of incidence that makes refraction. حاضر. This is the maximum angle of incidence that makes refraction. This is the maximum angle of this sign means parallel to parallel to this sign يا جماعة. This sign means parallel to أو touch يعني touches. تمام؟ اوكي يا جماعة. اوكي ممتاز جدا جدا جدا. ايه اللي عايزه يا وائل الخطيب تحديدا؟ حدد لي ايه اللي انت عايزه اعيده تاني، الديفينيشن ولا الشرح بتاع الجزئيه دي؟ الديفينيشن فين الانجل دي؟ الكريتيكال انجل هي ايه؟ اللي هي الانجل اوف انسيدنس دي تمام؟ اللي where the refracted ray touches the surface or parallel to the surface and the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. And the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. حاضر هقول لك if the angle increases هقول لك حاضر. لحد كده ماشي؟ بصوا بقى يا جماعه. اسمع معايا. في something ريجوين يا جماعه تاني، ريجوين تاني ها. في something احنا called refractive index. something called refractive index. الكلام اللي حليناه النهارده ده يتذاكر زي ما بذاكر الدرس. يتذاكر زي ما بذاكر الدرس، يعني بعد كده لو وقفت اي واحد فيكم او طلبت من اي واحد فيكم يجاوب حاجه من اللي قلناها قبل كده دي وما قالهاش مش هنتبسط. ازعل منه وانتوا عارفين انا مش اناني، فلما بزعل ما بزعلش لوحدي، بزعل الناس الحلوه اللي معايا كلهم يعني. ما علينا. طيب شوف اول ما يعمل يعني عايزه يطلع دلوقتي عشان مش عايز اقطع الشرح. خلينا نعمل رجوين حالا، ما جاش على الدقيقه ديت.